Hello, we are presenting BC Games. My name is Bryan Christensen, and I am a computer science major.
My name is Joshua Higham, and I am also a computer science major.
So, how often in life do we see our peers and our family, friends, stuck in their phones, walking around literally face buried? This happens all the time, and it's in part due to all sorts of technological advances such as social networking from Facebook, Instagram. We are becoming increasingly less social because we're replacing real world interactions with shallow interactions. Now, this can be a huge problem because we can't feel true fulfillment in our life. So we propose the use of games, specifically unique and technologically integrated games, so that we still have that connection with our phones that we may be tied to, possibly even addicted in, but we're able to pull ourselves out of our phones and into our homes so that we can develop those meaningful interactions. So we have developed many card games and board games that have app integration in order to do exactly that.
So, in terms of possibilities of this already being done, what the market is currently looking like, who would be our rivals, as far as app integration with games, there is very little market for that currently. Very little competition in that market, I should say. The current app integration for these types of games are very, very minimal, or just simply a timer with a funny voice, or an introductory explanation of the rules. Nothing to add gameplay elements or add value with the application. We currently plan on using a print order service, as it will allow us to not need warehouses of inventory to begin with. Granted, the negative side of that is a slightly slower shipping speed, because they have to be printed and then shipped. Printed, cut, assembled, shipped, packaged, etc. Next slide, please. The financial benefit of a print-to-order service is that of no inventory is necessary to start selling, and we have a very, very low expenditure rate. Specifically, we don't have to pay warehousing costs. We only have to pay the hosting site and the server costs necessary to run the application, as well as any designer costs that are incurred in the creation of the game. We also plan on utilizing Kickstarter and GoFundMe pages to supply new game funding, as well as to get the interaction with the public as to potentially good ideas or potentially bad ideas, see what is worth the cost to fund.
So currently the website is deployed and being updated weekly. There are 20 different games that have been designed, tested, and are ready to print and available on this website. And there are several more that are in development that are even very close to deployment ready. Multiple of these games already have app integration. About 4 or 5 of them, of the 20, have app integration, and there is also the possibility of doing online games that are available through the site. The company structure, I, Bryan Christensen, will be the CEO, and I'm the primary game designer. I have been designing these games for the past roughly 8 years, and they have been well tested through our game testing team, which is just a very diverse group of individuals, and they have been integral in giving us some of this insight on whether a game will be successful or whether there are things that need to be changed.
And Josh, I am currently the CTO as well as the app tester. I have a couple of years of experience in testing applications, building applications, and consider myself to be very decently well versed in that process.
And a few of our advisors that we have are Gary Hansen, he's a small business owner. We've got Kent Christensen with an MBA, and this X9 business group who met together weekly last year, and they currently have a Facebook page in order to stay up to date with each other and to provide guidance one with another throughout this whole business process and continual growth of the business.
So in terms of scalability and futures of this website, and really the whole production of BC Games, is we plan on hiring more designers to increase the speed at which games are developed, incorporate and offer a larger shipping area, potentially internationally, which in turn incurs its own difficulties with nationalization of a game, given a language barrier. We plan on having App Store integration, such as we can offer a key at the time of purchase for the user to gain access to the app associated with that game. We plan on developing cross-compatible apps using React Native or other cross-compatibility features, specifically for iOS and Android. And ultimately, we could allow small brick-and-mortar gaming stores to purchase our games to sell at their stores. So currently, at year 0, with 0 formal advertising, we've sold about 50 games with 200 application installs. We're kicking off year 1 and projecting 750 games sold with 3,500 application installs, and rounding out year 2 with 1,000 games sold and 5,000 application installs.
So again, like we said, the website is currently in deployment with 20 games deployed and 4 that have app integration. And the print-on-demand service is already available and ready, as we can clearly see through the metric of having already sold 50 games. So here is our website currently. It allows for login so that all users can have their own account.
We've also implemented a feature that allows users to log in with Facebook or Google using their APIs to allow, easy users to easily access and connect to our website instead of creating their own login and their own password, thus making it more secure for them and relatively easy for us.
So as we can see, here are some of the games that are available, such as a Loft, a board game, or Big Bad Brunch, which currently are #1 seller. And we are easily able to browse the different games that are available. So we can filter our board games however we need. And then if I search for bug, then it should come up with Fly High Dragonfly. So we can even filter based on search parameters. So if we go and look at the game, then we can see here's the description. It tells us how many players, the minimum age, and roughly the time limit that it takes to play said game. There are additional products that show up in the bottom to help guide people to see what else is available. But we can easily add this to our cart and adjust our quantity as we wish right here inside of our cart, and just proceed to checkout.
So we are currently offering a promo code, new game, which allows any user when purchasing their first game for $5 off. We also have for each user their own profile containing an address, there, as well as a plethora of addresses, as well as their billing addresses. We're currently offering 2 payment options: Stripe, which is a service an online service that allows for users to use their credit card online without anything on our end, as well as PayPal.
So we can quickly run through the payment process by using one of the dummy cards that Stripe has, just for demonstrative purposes. And so long as we do anytime in the future, it will take this purchase, and we won't actually be charging anyone money for this.
Correct.
The purposes of this example. So here we can see the total for our purchase, and the promo code, a slight description of the games that they have chosen. And as we submit our payment, there will be a little message that will come up telling you whether your order was successful or whether there was a problem with the order. And that is our current website.
Thank you so very much for watching, and we appreciate your feedback.
Have a wonderful day.